Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. It's actually good evening. Anyway, Ashwinder?
Good evening, sir.
Ashwinder, yes. Good evening. Happy National Medical Lab Professionals Week to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir.
I'm actually Dr. Pankaj Kaul is not here, so I would request Dr. Ashwinder Raina to do the honors of introducing me and my title. So over to Ashwinder, please.
Just 1 minute, sir. Good evening, all of you. So it's my pleasure to introduce the Dr. CP Pandey. Sir, he will deliver the first talk on the career opportunities. Just 1 minute, I will just go through it. It is actually I'm just coming from the office, so that's why I'm late.
No problem.
To just
carry on.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Sir has done BSc and MSc from PJMA Chandigarh, and then he retired from CSIR Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, as Principal Technical Officer. So he will deliver the talk on career growth and developmental strategies for medical lab professionals. So, sir, please.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ashwinder, for introducing me.
Welcome, sir.
It's a proud privilege for me to speak as a first orator on a very great day. That is the day on which lot many things happened almost 10 years back. So to celebrate that, we are conducting this National Medical Lab Professionals Week all across the country. You must have gone through basically what actually led to this day being celebrated was the creation of specific recruitment rules for and change in designation and all those things actually, which impacted the entire profession as such, which led to a kind of respect to the entire fraternity, to the unsung heroes in healthcare sector. So I think this much is enough to. I'll proceed on to my talk with the permission of the chair. Can I proceed, Dr. Ashwinder?
Please.
Okay. So
Sir,
yes, Dr. Kaptan, yes. आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
रिकॉर्डिंग शायद ऑन नहीं हुआ होगा आपका ना?
I have initiated.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So is it visible? Like two things I want to ask before I launch onto my talk. First is am I audible to all of you? I mean, you can make a thumbs up, although all of you are muted. I presume that everything is okay. And
Yes,
at least the host and the chair, the moderator, and Dr. Kaptan can tell me whether I'm audible and my slides are being shared. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
You're audible, sir, but slides are not visible yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Kaptan ji?
Yes, sir. Slides are not visible.
Now?
No, no.
No, sir. No, sir.
Even now also?
No, sir.
Just a minute. Okay, okay. Now is it okay?
Yeah, I think, sir, it will started.
Started. Okay. So welcome to on board for this.
Screening, so it's, I think, no, sir, it's not visible. Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay. So thank you for giving your continuous feedback on the status of my presentation. So although I thought probably this talk should have been at the end of it, but maybe things went a different, took a different turn, and to create an interest in majority of the faculty and even in the minds of the students who would join through, we are live on YouTube as well on ICMLS channel. So basically what makes a profession grow, and basically like if it enables the participants, the pupil, the students to grow and develop, to lead a healthy and happy life, that is actually uh, meaningful. And so that's why actually we thought we'll keep this as the first talk. For this, actually, like there was an entire session uh, in the recently held Asian Association of Medical Lab Scientists at Taiwan, Taipei, and I was lucky enough to represent ICMLS and India on the same lines. So coming on to my introduction has already been there. Like, so moving on to the next slide, the objective of my presentation would be like to make all of you aware that where and how this medical technology started, then the opportunities for medical lab professionals. Education and training is the key to success of any of the profession as such, because if you are not educated, if you are not enabled, you will not be able to carry through. Then the growth strategies and the current market view overview, takeaways, and last of all, question and answers. So moving on to the next slide. Advent of formal medical laboratory education was from my alma mater, that is Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, famously called as PGMER. It was initiated by late Professor Dr. Basant Kumar Aikat. He came all the way from NIH, that is National Institute of Health, Bethesda, and he was among the four pioneers who actually played a significant role in establishing.
I just want to convey the message that many people are in the waiting area, so have not been yet in the meeting. So kindly
Sure.
auto
Hello, then.
mode you can on. Sorry for disturbance.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think I can pass this responsibility to one of you. Just a minute, Ashwinder. So, like, Ashwinder is co-host now. You can do the honors. Like, if I miss out because I'm speaking from the full screen.
Right, right.
Okay, so 5 people are still there. So, okay. So coming on to the talk. So as I said, I'll restart with this. Like the advent of medical technology education was there in a predatory manner, like in a preliminary manner. So like certificate courses or on-job trainings were there. People who are engaged in hospital doing some other responsibility, taking some other responsibilities, they were trained by the pathologist or people who were senior, and they like took up the task of performing tests. Certain diploma courses initiated, and in due course of time, 20 years later than the independence of India, late Professor Basant Kumar Aikat, eminent pathologist from NIH Bethesda, that is National Institute of Health Bethesda. He came down to India to establish PGIMR Chandigarh. He was one of the 4 stalwarts who was instrumental in setting up PGIMR Chandigarh way back in 1966. So the very next year, that is 67, it was his foresight that India requires human resource to take care of the diagnostics all across the country. So it started off in 67 with 5 students, and those who passed, among them, like one of them is my teacher, and I have a great respect for him. That is Dr. Sudarshan Kumar Sharma. And then in 70, like immediately after the completion of graduation course, the masters was initiated, and again, like 5 people joined in different departments. That is pathology. Those days, actually, the pathology was the only one. I mean, histopathology. It included all branches which are there now. Then hematology, biochemistry, and microbiology. So these were the broad 4 areas where the masters was specifically started. The course was named as BSc Medical Technology, within brackets, laboratory, or X-ray, or radiotherapy. So like, and in masters, it was MSc Medical Technology, within brackets, the specialization was there, either biochemistry, microbiology, histopathology, pathology, or like biochemistry. So moving on, like later on, like JIPMER also started. That was like maybe like, I don't have the exact dates. It was like more than 15 years later when the course was started at CDRA, PJMR Chandigarh. So a very categorical statement which all should like know, that we are no less in any way. More than 70% of the medical decisions are based on diagnostics tests. So unless and until like there's a statement by Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Human Resource, that is Mr. Jiten Singh. He says like, if no one appreciates you, you extend your arm and pat yourself. So like, unless until you have pride in what you're doing, you will not be able to sustain what you're talking of. You will not be able to carry yourself to prove a point. Then the opportunities. The basic thing which I've highlighted here is basically like, we are lucky, we are privileged that the courses are renamed now, and it is called as Medical Laboratory Science. And the graduation course has, again, like because of the serious efforts of people connected here, has led to a 4-year course. So basically, I'm calling medical lab professional, because it covers the entire domain, starting from the medical lab technologist to medical lab scientist, director, HOD, and all those things. So even like it includes at some places the technician designation still exists. Hope that goes very soon. After a degree, we had an opportunity all across healthcare, academics, and industry. Research and development happens one area, then the pharmaceutical research and marketing, even like manufacturing, then quality assessment and audit of all the trails, not only in diagnostics, all through whatever I have named, that we can like indulge into after some additional trainings and certifications. Then we play a critical role here. Actually, like, we are very important. Most of us, after pursuing our courses, are blinded. We only think that we have scope only in diagnostics and healthcare, which is only a part of the 5 options available. So academics happen like, but then I'll in my next style, I'll say that unless until you have 5 Ds, like desire to excel, dedication, determination, and direction, what you want, and last of all, devotion. Without these 5 Ds, you cannot achieve. Like most of the people, like it's a general rule that out of like it's a 90-10 rule. What I've found in my profession is hardly like 5% of people are eager enough to rise above what they are offered at the initial stage. So they simply blame that they're rather okay, like they feel, and I won't blame them, because like they are not aware of the opportunities, or maybe they are content that they've found a proper job. So there is a stream actually, like if we talk of the healthcare industry, like we land up as medical laboratory technologist, then senior medical lab technologist, technical officer, senior technical officer, chief CTO, that is chief technical officer. If you are into academics, you are like, you have to improve, add on your qualifications. Simple graduation will not lead you to any job as such. You may work as a demonstrator if you are a graduate, but then for a proper graduate, for a proper demonstrator to be there in a medical school, you need to have a master's degree at least. Then assistant professor, associate professor, additional professor, and professor. Then there is a domain which is actually we are aiming for, which exists all in the developed countries like US and UK. In US, UK, it's called clinical lab scientist, whereas in America, it's called as medical laboratory scientist, senior medical lab scientist, director, and so on and so forth, which I mentioned, like the area which is very open all across the domains, that is quality management. Here we have technical managers, trainee technical managers, quality managers, and directors, and also. But I would like to emphasize all these three areas are only open to people who have a desire to excel, who have a desire to go further ahead. These are the challenges and solutions actually, which I have like tried to like focus. The quality of education is not uniform, and we hope that by the inception of commission, which is still like moving on feeble legs, we will have medical lab science profession. We see the sunrise of a uniform education pattern all across the country to keep pace with the requirements of the global healthcare industry, especially the diagnostics. Government of India has started certain skill development and training programs, which are good enough for people who for site laboratories or primary health centers or remote areas where actually we are short of the proper trained manpower. Then licensing and certification again is a critical area. Like this falls to keep the quality of manpower of diagnostics, leading to a good healthcare outcome. Then I'll take certain examples, like he's a friend of mine, Dr. Vivek Kumar. He happens to be a alumni of PGMR Chandigarh. He did his graduation and masters in medical technology biochemistry from PGMR Chandigarh, and then he continued to strive hard, pursued his PhD, and then after completion he went as a postdoctoral fellow, and currently he is a scientific director of Quest Diagnostics. Quest Diagnostics is a global among the global leaders in diagnostics. So we are born as a human to grow. Actually, like without growth, it's an actual process. Like we started off here, and we are like aiming to be a kind of a mechanized being. I mean, we have everything on our fingertips on a palm. So it's a win-win situation. Like if profession grows, the professionals will grow, and overall the community will be benefited, because if you have properly trained and qualified manpower to deliver to cater to the needs of the all important health, we are definitely going to have quality health, and that will lead to human resource, quality of life improves, the productivity as such. So the burden on the society is minimized. Then if you are properly trained, you will have financial stability. You can go on to the leadership roles for healthcare. Improved diagnostics and quality and better patient outcomes can be like, because of the growth we can achieve all this. The key strategies for career growth, I've enumerated them. Like we should keep in touch with the advanced certification course from NABL, then ASCP, American Society for Clinical Pathologists, IBLS, which is a Indian Federation of Biological Laboratory Scientists, for higher studies. Then skill enhancement, like one has to keep in touch. Like as of now, like the simple performing test is not going to lead you to next level. You need, these days the buzzword is like AI, data analytics, the total quality management, and things like that. So networking is quite important, because unless until you, like if you are like sitting in one particular place, I'll say like PGI, you're not exposed to things which are happening. So in the era of smartphones and computer and technology, you need to keep connected with the society, with the community. You will find once you like, I would say like one should go for at least like a conference at least like once a year, and one should lead up to a training program like every year. Like that will actually enable you to keep pace with the changing scenario all across. Research and innovation is like it leads to publication, low cost innovative diagnostic tests. Like recently you might have heard, like you can have a dry chemistry over your fingertips, and lot many parameters, especially for the diabetics, and even like for critical care patients also. These POCT can help uh, resolve the diagnosis. Then again, like I gave you an example of a person moving from graduation to post-graduation to PhD and then achieving a target. Here is another example. He's again an alumni from PJ Chandigarh. He is Dr. Neeraj Lal. Although look, he is not Dr. Neeraj Lal. It's a mistake over here. I'm sorry for that. It's a typo. He is Neeraj Lal. He started off at Apollo Hospital as a lab technician immediately after graduation. But then he didn't stop there. He pursued his MBA, and now currently he is regional director for Maharashtra and Karnataka region for Medicover hospitals. It's a hospital. It's a global hospital which has almost 1,100 hospitals across the globe. So moving further ahead, this is again a case study. Like the one of my friend, Dr. Pankaj Kaul, he after because he had desire, he had dedication. After his retirement from PGIM Chandigarh as a lecturer of pathology, he moved on to become dean at University School of Medical and Allied Sciences, Rayad Bahra University. So, why I've taken these case studies is to inspire the students, actually, like those who've joined, and like even faculties. Like if I go on elaborating on this, even a day would be less, because I have so many contacts who, after doing their graduation, because of their dedication and desire to excel in their domains, are either heading a global company, MNC, or they have started their own business. Then coming on to the market, actually, market is the driver, actually, because if the market is not there, if the demand is not there, the courses are not going to be there, and the course will perish. So normally it's a question that what is the return of the investment. So market is the key player for any profession to grow, and we are lucky that healthcare is not going to go down in any case. Till the human race survives, the healthcare industry is going to be there. So just it's a comparison, like in 2013 and 2030, the if we talk of the broader area, it's a WHO data, like Southeast Asia, there is a possibility of 75% change in the requirement of the human resource, overall human resource, like physicians, nurses, midwives, and all other cadres. Normally, like we don't talk in terms of our own profession. The data is short. So that's an area, basically. Like I would like to invite people to dwell into research, like the data collection, and make publications, so that like we can come up and say to the authorities that we are so much in numbers, and these numbers are going to be required. If you look around in your hospital setup, or your like research institution, you'll find that our numbers are the most after the nursing staff. So we have a great possibility as per the WHO data. Then this is the scene, actually. Basically, here again I would like to emphasize, this slide is deliberately prepared to show that the area in blue shows the numbers in density of medical lab professionals across the globe, and unfortunately these white areas show that the data doesn't exist. So it's a slap on our face that we are there, but globally the data is not there. So again, I would I would like open the Pandora box that we should, those in academics, they should target this and come up with a data set. Then again, it's a kind of a repetition like 2013 and 2013. There, the data was a lengthier one. Here is a shorter version. Again, you would say it's a double requirement for healthcare professionals across the globe. So it's a WHO data. Like here, you see, like if you like, it's the values are in the numbers are like rounded off to the nearest 1 lakhs. So like from 6 to 12.2 lakh, that is the requirement. So we are going to like require double the numbers. So we should not bother if the institutions are coming up. The only thing of concern is we should keep pace with the quality. There should not be any compromise. Then this is the win-win situation for us in India, like number of medical schools coming up, and the number of although globally the numbers are not at par, but from by 2022 the number of medical doctors was 1.3 million, and which has grown from and the investment as such like was 1.8 in financial year 20. By 25 it is expected 2.5. This is an expectation basically, and more the number of medical colleges, more the requirement of allied health care professionals. There is a government initiative basically like public-private partnership because entire thing cannot be managed by government alone. There is a national Ayush mission where again like the areas when we talk of like holistic medicine, holistic healthcare, this mission is coming up, and by like 2035 we'll have a public health surveillance in India, and again like affordable healthcare through Ayushman Bharat digital mission, which is a great initiative of Government of India. So moving on, I've come to the last slide. Haritru, I have not presented in data deliberately because the data actually like leads to, I mean, it creates a boring environment. I hope I have been able to keep you interested in the talk. So knowledge is the bridge between where you are now and where you aspire to be. So adaptability is key. Embrace continuous learning to stay relevant in an evolving healthcare system. Specialization is the catalyst for career acceleration. Like if I was in a research organization and on an annual basis, like we had roughly around 100 PhD scholars passing through, I mean graduating, and I used to ask them, what is a differentiator like among all of them? Like if you don't stand out, you'll not be sold. If you're not visible, you'll not be sold. So then you'll not get an opportunity to work for. So strategize for specialized role. Identify emerging fields like genomics, AI diagnostics, bioinformatics, and focus on developing expertise. How these things can be achieved is by after completion, if you feel that you've attained and you are good enough to lead a successful life, that is not going to happen, my dear. You have to keep improving, enabling yourself. And it's not just about doing great work, but ensuring it's seen and valued. Because like if you are doing and you are not being acknowledged, you're not being noticed, then you are underpaid. You're not given credit to. So leveraging collaboration recognition through participation in conferences, as I mentioned earlier, then collaborative projects. We under ICMLS, we had certain ideas which have not seen the sunrise. I'm hopeful that every time we meet, we emphasize on that, and hopefully we'll come up with certain data and make a resounding publication. Actions to enable, which I have narrated in my narration. I would request, I would like advise all medical lab professionals to enroll in at least one professional certification program within the next 6 months after this session. So I mean, that should be the goal. Like if you don't set up goals, you'll not strive, you'll not try. And if you don't try, you'll not grow, you'll not develop. The profession will not grow, the profession will not develop. So join a profession association or attend an industry conference to expand your network. networking is the key actually these days. It's like the opportunities come up and you miss out if you don't have a network. And like many companies require a recommendation also. So at higher positions, then explore government training programs and scholarships to support skill building efforts. Recently, I met a faculty member who was telling that 4 years would be too much, and the students are poor. That's a misnomer actually. Basically, like if you talk of medical school, in medical school also poor students get through and pursue their masters. So like if you want to cut it short, that's an escape route basically. So this is a humble request to all faculty members over here that you try to understand why we are striving hard to make it 4 year, because we are in a way, technically we are pursuing a course which is almost equal to their course. So if we are not enabled, how we can claim that we need to have this, we need to have that, and authority to sign a report and all those things. So please keep this in your mind, that shortening the course will not enable you. Even like NEP, that National Education Program 2020, for a general, like for a arts graduate, the 4 year course is there. So why you are like trying to find an escape? Those who are not interested, they should drop out. If they're not like, if they cannot pursue, they should drop out. And because in medical schools also, in IIT also, dropouts are there. So let's keep our standards high, head high, train our students properly, and then we can think of things will automatically come. See, demands cannot be fulfilled, because like that is taken as an administration takes that, or the authorities take it as a rebellion, and also that you're demanding all the time. So you have to position yourself and make them realize that you are good enough to take an equal position. So then at the end of it, like I would say, the journey of a medical lab professional is one of a constant discovery, innovation, and service. Service is the key to success. By investing in yourself, you are not only advancing your career, but also shaping the future of diagnostics and patient care in India and beyond. These are the resources. If someone is interested, I'll share the email ID and we can like get going. And these are the logos and the places actually like which have made my life where I am actually. Like I owe a lot to this logo, the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, because whatever I am, if I'm able to like present myself, is because of this, because genetically whatever is there, that professionally, this is my mother actually, which has like given birth to a professional. And I can say I'm good enough, and like every student from PGIMS Chandigarh is good enough to take the world head on. So then I landed up at CDRI. In our times actually there was no continuous study, so the only thing which was possible was a at Annapurna University, some master's degree was possible. But what the condition was at PGI, like I would say, like I would like to emphasize on this. PGI was an institution for masters in healthcare. Okay, MD, MBBS was not there. So what they had done, the planners, and that was a genuine planning basically, I would appreciate that. It's not a derogatory statement. I'm making a constructive statement, because you need to look at the bright side of everything. So what they had done, those days our degree courses were 2 year courses. So they had a condition to be eligible to appear for the entrance exam for masters. You need to have 3 years experience from a government institution, not a private institution. And then you need to have a deputation to be eligible to appear for the entrance exam. And I was lucky enough to manage all those things thanks to CDRI. That is the place actually which allowed me to pursue my master's again. I did my graduation in 81, 83, and then after about 10 years, I went back again to do MSc Medical Technology, specialization biochemistry from 92 to 94, 1992 to 94. And this is the place actually which enabled me a doctorate degree. This is again a very fantastic institution known as King George's Medical University. This has a history of more than a century. It was founded in 1906 by the Royal British people. It still holds a very good stature all across the globe. So on and all, like I would say, like these are the places actually which led to what I am right now. The follies are mine, but the good things which are there are because of my respected mom and dad, my ma and babuji, and professionally what I am. This is because of PGIMR at first, then CDRI, and then KGMC. Thank you. So thank you for bearing me. If there are any questions, we'll rush through, although I have taken a lot of time, but I think this was required and nobody pointed out. So I overshot the time. I'm really sorry for that. So if there are any questions, Ashwinder, are there any questions in the chat bot?
No, sir. Sir, we can have questions. 1, 2 questions after this. Yes. No
Second
questions.
session.
Yes, sir.
Second
Yeah.
session. Okay.
Right, sir.
So you may invite
Yeah.
Alujit now. Like, okay.
Thanks,
So
thanks a lot, sir, for this exhaustive, lecture which we all interested in. And by showing these case studies, everybody will be encouraged to see these all things so they can achieve anything they wish, right?
yeah,
So
I have a suggestion for you to initiate actually.
yeah,
We'll have a I mean we are going to approach 60th year of medical technology profession education in
right,
India.
right, sir.
So 27 happens to be 60th year.
Right,
So from 26 onwards, we should strive hard to have a kind of an international conference at PGIMR Chandigarh. So that will actually, and one session dedicated to all alumni actually.
right.
Lot many are there within your town. Hopefully we'll have that.
Yes, sir.
That's an
Well,
idea. And
definitely will, sir. Try for that. Yeah, that's will be a good.
yeah. Thank you so
Right.
much. Thank you.
Right, sir. Sir, before welcoming the second speaker, let me introduce you also because at that time I was in hurry. Just something about you, sir, because so that audience maybe interested in.
Okay.
So just me. So sir is as you all know is Dr. Chandra Prakash Pandey. He is a former scientific officer, a technical officer at CSIR Central Drug Institute, Lucknow, one of the India's premier research institute. Sir has got a rich professional experience spanning over 41 years. He has made notable contributions in the field of diagnostics, drug discovery, and development. His areas of specialization included biochemical pharmacology, good lab practices, instrumentation, and human resource development. He also brings with him a wealth of knowledge, as already we have seen in the presentation. So we are, sir, truly honored to have your, speak as a speaker. So we will be at the end of the lecture. We are wiser by many things. So thanks a lot. Thank you for the
My,
thanks
my
for
pleasure.
sharing this.
My
Thanks.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank
Thank
you so much.
right.
Thank you. Once again, like a very happy National Medical Lab Professionals Week to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wishing the same. Right.
Yeah.
So okay. Now our second speaker is Mr. Alujt Kar. Right. Let me introduce him. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Alujt Kar, who is currently serving as lecturer at Assam Medical College. He holds a master's degree in medical lab technology with a specialization in pathology. With over 8 years and 6 months of experience in the field, Mr. Kar brings both academic expertise and practical knowledge in diagnostic pathology and laboratory science. We look forward to gaining insights from his experience today. So please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Alujt Kar. Please, Mr. Alujt.
Thank you very much, sir. Am I
Welcome.
audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
First of all, thank you very much, and thank you ICMLS for giving me such an opportunity and Kido in this group, and getting such an opportunity in such an young age is a privilege for me. I hope I learned a lot, and more than a teacher, I feel that I am a student. So I hopefully hope that we will learn together. Sir, PPT I had already shared. It can be uploaded, sir, from your side. Hello.
Hello? Just so your PPT is with?
I shared, sir, early morning with CP, sir.
Okay. Just 1 minute. So I will.
Yes.
Right. Just. Is there? Do it from current slide. Slideshow from current slide.
Ashwinder, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think you Alujt, you can proceed now. I've
Okay.
started.
Sir, I think you can do it from current slide so that it will be, slideshow. Otherwise, I
Just-
think it is within, huh?
Yeah, it's running. It's running. Okay.
Now it will.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Alujt, proceed.
Okay, fine. So, automation in hematology. As I have been already introduced, so let's come to the topics. So now we will be discussing about automation in hematology. So,
Next slide.
Yeah.
Next.
I've shifted.
Sir, I think, sir, it is not working.
No, for you it's visible.
First slide is there, sir. Second is not there.
Second is not there. It's
Yes,
taking
sir.
time. Okay. Let me stop it and make it. Just a minute. Give me a minute. Sorry, audience.
No problem.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. That was fine. So second slide, sir, you can go to.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, yeah, can I continue, sir?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In the modern 21st century, when we are discussing about AI, automation plays an important role. So what is automation? It is basically the replacement of all the manual tasks which we used to perform with the help of humans or hand jobs. Now it is been replaced by the machines, which are mostly the auto analyzers using the computerized methods. Sir, that is the basic of automatization. So we should know why we need automatization. So that is the next part.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So why we need automatization? So basically to save time and labor. Next, to enhance the accuracy and precision of the quantitative tests and to perform multiple tests in a single platform. And the most importantly, to validate the red cell indices in the hematology laboratory. So now, autoanalyzers are broadly of two types. One is semi-automated and another one is your fully automated. The prime difference between semi-automated and the fully automated autoanalyzers are that 30 steps, mostly the dilution of the blood has to be carried out manually when we are using semi-auto analyzers. But in the fully automated analyzers, or we can say fully auto analyzers, we just have to insert the anticoagulated blood into the auto analyzer, and rest everything will be taken care by the auto analyzer itself. So next, now, yes, next slide, sir.
Yep.
So we have various types of auto analyzers which we basically use in the hematology lab. So following are the principles in which the auto analyzers work. Some work on the principle of electrical impedance, some are on light scattering, some use the principle of fluorescence, some are light absorbing and electrical conductivity. Following are the various principles based on which the auto analyzers work, which we basically use in our hematology lab. So we'll be going for the electrical impedance. Now, electrical impedance, this is also known as Coulter principle, or we can say Coulter electronics, because this was developed by Coulter. So basically, Wallace H. Coulter, he is also known as father of automation, or we can say automation in hematology. This was developed by him. He was an American engineer who developed this technique. So basically, electrical impedance is the methodology. And most of the auto analyzers, or we can say the cell counters, which we basically use in our lab, we basically goes by the principle of electrical impedance. So basically what happens here, we have two electrodes, which are basically, which is been separated by a glass tube with a narrow aperture. And these electrodes are placed in an isotonic solution. So when the vacuum is applied, so what happens? The cell will basically flow through this narrow aperture. So subsequently, what will happen? The impedance will be generated. Now, what basically happens? The exact principle is that high dilution sample is basically required for this one. Now, why we need high dilution sample? Basically, to avoid interference and enable the analysis. So now, when we basically have,
Sorry.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So basically, we have two electrodes, and this is a glass tube with a narrow aperture. So now, what is the how the electrical impedance is basically created? Now, when we basically this is when we basically put the samples, right? So here the and this is the electrolyte solutions. When we basically put the sample, or we can say mix the sample here. So what happens? The electric current is basically generated. Now, when the cells will flow through the narrow aperture, so what will happen? This will hinder the flow of current. Now, as a result, the impedance is basically created. So what is the meaning of the word impedance? It is basically the blockage to the flow of electric current. Now, when the cells will be flowing through this narrow aperture, so the flow of electric current will be obstructed, right? So that is the meaning of the word impedance. So when this impedance is created, as a result, a voltage pulse is generated. As a result, a voltage pulse is generated, and that pulse is basically amplified and measured. Clear? So height of the pulse will basically represent the cell volumes. And one point in this methodology, we basically use the hydrodynamic focusing. Now, what is hydrodynamic focusing? It basically helps the cell to flow in a single cell flow. It means it basically have to flow in a single cell flow, and that is the hydrodynamic focusing. Now, so in the most of the auto analyzers, let it be 3 parts or the 5 part, this electrical impedance is basically been used, the technology. So what basically happens in electrical impedance, we basically put the anticoagulated blood. So as soon as we insert the anticoagulated blood through the prop into the machine, so the blood is basically divided into 2 parts, or we can say divided into 2 parts. One part will be mixed with red cell diluent in a bath. So, and that is basically been utilized for measuring of RBC and the platelet, and the second part is mixed with the WBC diluent. So what basically, or we can say the lyse. So what basically it does, it basically breaks the RBCs. So as RBCs are broken down, the hemoglobin will be released. So white blood cells and the hemoglobins are basically measured. So that is the basic principle of the electrical impedance. Next is your light scattering. So next slide, please.
Okay. Yep.
So here basically a laser light is basically been used mostly in modern techniques. Your argon ion laser lights are basically been used. So the cells are basically flowing in a single line flow. Here we basically use the hydrodynamic focusing, that the principle of hydrodynamic focusing is been used. The basic principle of hydrodynamic focusing is to allow the cell to flow in a single cell flow. As the laser light strikes the cells, means the light rays is basically deflected. So, and that is basically been captured by detectors. So one detector is basically present in front to capture the forward scattering light, and another one is basically present to detect the side scattering light. So basically, the forward scattering light basically measures the cell size, whereas the granularity of the cells are being measured by the side scattering detectors, and side scattering detectors are placed at the 90° to that one. And next is the fluorescence. So next slide.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
fluorescence, this is the property where basically we measure the fluorescence property of the cells. So basically what will happen, the cells are basically mixed with the, or we can say are the fluorescent cells are basically fluorescent tagged. So here we basically measures this cell size, cell complex and fluorescent in intensity and the granularity. So the cell size between the 2.5 to 150 micrometer can be measured by this technique. So here basically we have three components. One is fluidics, one is optics, and another one is your electronics. Now, the fluidic system basically is being used to allow the cells to flow in a single cell flow with the techniques of the hydrodynamic focusing. Now, as the cells flow in a single cell flow, the laser light will strike it, and as soon as the lights will be strike, and the laser light source is basically argon iron laser lights are being used. So basically two types of signals will be generated. One is fluorescence and another one is laser beams. So the as the forward scattering light will be filtered by the lenses, and it will be captured by the photodiodes. So the function of these photodiodes will be converting the photons to electrical signals. These electrical signals will be calculated by the computer and will be displayed in the monitor. So different lenses and filters are basically used to capture the fluorescent property, side scattering, and the forward scattering. Same, the forward scattering will basically measure the cell size, whereas the granularity will be measured by the side scattering, as well as the fluorescent properties will be measured by the this one diachronic meter, which will be capturing the fluorescence length. So this is all about the fluorescence. Fluorescence. The next one. Now, absorption spectrophotometry. Mostly this we basically use for measurement of hemoglobin, or we can say hemoglobin estimation. So mostly now we basically use the Drapkin solutions. That is the Steinmetz hemoglobin method, as all form of hemoglobin except self-hemoglobin can be measured by that assignment hemoglobin method. Now, why we cannot measure the self-hemoglobin? Very simple, because self-hemoglobin cannot be converted to assignment hemoglobin. Therefore, beside this, all the hemoglobins can be measured. So here the very simple technique of the spectrophotometer is that the light source are there, the lights will be passed through the colorimeter. So it basically, what will happen, a single beam of light, a single form of light will be allowed to pass. It will fall on the prism, which, or we can say monochromator. It will select a particular wavelength of light, and here the Beer-Lambert law comes into action. That's absorbance and the transmittance. Whatever the lights will be transmitted, it will be absorbed by the detector and it will be digitally displayed. So that is the light absorption method, techniques. So next slide. Next is your electrical conductivity. So here basically what will happen, we basically use the high frequency current to determine the physical and the chemical composition of the cells. Next, sir.
Next.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, what is the basic principles, or what are the parameters which can be measured by hematological analyzers? We can measure the hemoglobin, RBC, WBC with WBC differentials like neutrophil, eosinophils, basophils. We can measure the platelet and red cell indices. All these parameters can be easily measured by using the autoanalyzers. Next, sir. Next slide, sir.
Okay.
Now, there are certain disadvantage of automation. And the major disadvantage is the flagging. Now, basically, flagging is a very common error which basically comes in the auto analyzers, which basically prominent for the false result. Next, the morphological assessment, there is limitations for the morphological assessment of the cells, and which subsequently lead to inaccurate result. It is very expensive, because there are certain auto analyzers means they require even when it is means it has to be even it not being used, we have to continuously runs the controls and all. And next is that there is loss of manual skills and the flexibility due to too much automation. So the manual methods, most of the manual methods are manually, the manuals means the practice has been lost, and that is a disadvantages of the automation. Next, sir. So that is a basics about the automation. Any questions?
Any questions, please? If anybody has any question.
There is no question as such in chatbot also.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
So I think you can proceed further.
So that's all
Right.
from my side. Actually, sir, mostly we basically go for the technique of the electrical impedance, which
Yes.
is commonly been used in our cell counters. So that is the major principle on which most majority of our lab runs. That's all from my
Right.
side. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Alujt, for providing
Thank
such a comprehensive and insightful overview of automation hematology. So we have, yes, you have easily we can understand how these cells are counted by the automatic counters. So this scattering of light, etc., etc. Yeah, thanks for this lecture.
Thank you, sir,
I
for the
think
opportunity.
right. Welcome always, sir. If there is no question, so we can close it out.
I think so. So I'll take it over.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ashwinder. Thank you,
Welcome,
Mr.
sir,
Alujt,
always.
and thanks all of the audience. It's good to see that 53 participants are there over Zoom, and A few of them are there over YouTube channel as well. This was live over YouTube channel of ICMLS.
I think
So
we were having, sir, 65, 67
in the
participants.
first session. Yeah.
In between.
So good going.
Yeah.
I know people were awake since early morning, doing marathon or blood
Yes, sir.
donation and tree plantation and all those things.
Exactly.
So it was a very hectic day. Thank you once again to all of you. And on that note, I would say once again, a very happy Medical Lab Professionals Week. Let's keep connected. Let's think, dream big, and have a big desire and dedication and devotion to continue and excel in all walks of life. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Ashwin.
Right. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye then.